Kwajalein Junior Senior High School students boarded a B-boat and went island hopping with one objective in mind: to pick up as much trash as possible. As they navigated through the very still ocean that day, the effects of trash pollution could already be seen. If you need help. The crew stopped at Gehh, an uninhabited island that sits 13 miles away from Kwajalein Island. The boat was anchored and the team snorkeled to shore. Matt Gerber, the high school principal and leader of this particular trip, spoke with AFN, explaining why students and staff embark on these missions in the first place.
We take students up to that island every single year about the same time. Gather as much of the plastic pollution as what we can find in a short amount of time, bring it back and inventory it. You want to see how is this changing over time, from year to year. Is it getting better? Are we finding more? How is it going in the Marshall Islands with plastic pollution?
If you're wondering what the status of the island is this year,
well, the island is like all the other years. It's just covered in bottles and flip-flops and toothbrushes and caps and lighters and everything you can think of. It's hard to say this year if it was worse or better, because you pick up every piece that you can, you fill your trash bags, and you turn around and feel like we weren't even here at all. The long-term solution, it's going to be tough, but it's definitely needed to start figuring out how to reduce these things and how to get them out of there. For these kids, they've seen the documentaries, they see the pictures on social media that show the problem, but that doesn't mean that they've experienced it firsthand. So when we take kids up to this island and we're several hundred yards away from the beach, it just looks like this pristine, picturesque paradise. But then when you actually get closer and you walk onto the beach and you see firsthand just how much trash is washed ashore, you get a sense in a much more personal way of what's happening out there. I think we're in a place where currents converge, and I think trash from all over the whole world is ending up here on our beaches. Some of it's definitely coming from local islands and being thrown in, and then a lot of it's just drifting around in the ocean, and eventually it hits a beach, and that's where it stays for a while.
Trash pollution is not an issue that can be tackled in one day. However, it's simple steps like this that can be done daily that make a difference. Hopefully, we can make this planet cleaner for everyone that lives in it.
Hi, this is Randy Heisel with AFN, and we're here at the Kwajalein Art Guild Craft Fair 2021. Let's go check it out. And this is Debbie Carr. She is the president of the Art Guild. Is that right, Debbie?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
All right. Now, Debbie here is the one who organized all this. She's going to tell us a little bit, like what's this all about? How long has this been going on, this craft fair?
Well, the Kwajalein Art Guild has been around for about 30 years, 30 plus years, and the actual craft fair started shortly after the guild was formed. We do have 2 events a year. We've added on one kind of third one. We do a spring craft fair and the holiday fall craft fair, and then we also have incorporated a craft crawl to Kwajalein over the last 2 years.
Oh, a craft crawl. That sounds like fun. What's that all about?
That's where we have different locations located on the island, and everybody gets a map, and they go from location to location, which is different vendors, and they actually collect a little stamp from that location, and then when they come back, those stamps are actually used in a drawing for prizes.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
It is.
And Doug Heffler is here, and he's a very unique crafter. He's making these homemade knives. Looks like he's sharpening one right now. Is that what you're doing, Doug?
I'm sharpening knives that people have brought in to be sharpened. So I sell handmade knives, and I also sharpen knives and scissors.
Okay, I think I've got one of your homemade knives at the house, actually, that it was bought many, many years ago. Right. How long have you been doing this?
Since 2013.
2013. How long have you lived on Kwajalein?
Since 95.
1995.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks, Doug.
Plan on it.
Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does plan on staying as long as we do. Such a wonderful island.
It is.
Hi, this is Randy with AFN, and we're here talking to Umi. Umi's very friendly. She's very near and dear to me. This is my wife. So we're selling all kinds. What kind of stuff are you selling today?
I like to call it homemade impractical nonsense. You like to call it dust catchers.
Dust catchers.
I like to make pottery, jewelry, recycled things, art for your walls, for your home.
Awesome. That sounds great. You having any luck today?
Yeah, it's been very successful, very successful. A lot of big pieces have sold, fish for the walls, jewelry pendants, smaller earrings and paintings. Yeah.
Awesome. How many years have you been coming to the craft fair?
This is my third craft fair.
Third craft fair. All right.
Spring one, but this is a great time to see all the community. Everybody's coming out to get their shopping done so that they can send gifts back home to loved ones. So it's a good opportunity.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I hope you make a lot of money. I don't have any personal interest in that, but and we're here with Hal Colby, and boy, he's got some real interesting stuff here for the craft fair. What exactly is this, Hal?
So what we've got here is crafts that my wife makes out of recycled trash, basically aluminum cans, driftwood, stuff like that. And so she's combined it all and kind of recycled and repurposed. So we've got hair clips, chip clips, note holders, knick-knack holders like pens and stuff like that.
So I'm noticing these are just made out of like Pepsi cans and Mountain Dew cans, things like that. That's amazing. So she just cuts these out and turns them into flowers.
Look at the backside, all your favorite beverages.
AFN, and we're here with Mike and Vicki Brantley, and they are a big hit here at the craft show every year because they have these wonderful gnomes. And this is Mike. Mike, you actually make the gnomes, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
You can go ahead and show that. That's so you put that up there. Look at that. Nice. Lots of gnomes. So you actually make the gnomes?
I do. We both make gnomes.
So Vicki Brantley specializes in doing these Christmas trees. Tell us about the Christmas trees, Vicki.
They're just so fun to make. We collect the sea glasses. I think Kwaj community knows. I love doing them. They remind me of my grandparents. We would make puzzles as a kid, and I sit down and it's a puzzle project, and the community loves them, and they make me smile, and I cry when they leave. So I'm glad that the people on Kwaj enjoy them. So enjoy. Merry Christmas.
This is 99.9 The Wave. I've got a special guest in the studio. Amber Bates is with us. She is the vice president of the YYCC, which is the YYCC Welcome Club. Is that correct? I get all that right?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. The YYCC Welcome Club.
Yes. Yeah, my Marshallese is not great, so I'm working on it. So tell us a little bit about the club. I know I've seen it around. I know they do stuff with the Bargain Bazaar, things like that. But tell us the basics about the club.
Sure. So the club is 60 years old this year, and it was founded to, and we continue to support its mission of encouraging education and educational opportunities through grants and scholarships to schools in the Marshall Islands and throughout Micronesia. And we're also a social organization. So we get together as a group and spend time together and also present cultural opportunities on Kwajalein to the community.
Great. So this is a group that anybody can join, right?
Absolutely. When it was founded, it was the YYCC Women's Club, but we have expanded our membership and changed our name to the YYCC Welcome Club. So we welcome women or men to our organization, and people of any age, actually, that are interested in helping with education in the Marshall Islands.
Great. And everything that has to do with this club helps out the Micronesian folks, right, and the Marshall Island people. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Everybody who works with this organization is a volunteer, so any funds raised are donated at the end of the year back to the community through our grants and scholarships programming.
Great. And how much does it cost to get involved with the club?
You know, it's only $10. It's a $10 annual membership fee, and that's it. And people are welcome to just join. You don't have to volunteer in any of our other areas, although we absolutely would love to have people come and volunteer with us as well.
Great. So if you're a little intimidated about getting involved in a club and, you don't have a lot of time, you could still donate your $10. You could still be a part of the club. That would help. That money would obviously go towards a good cause.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have lots of volunteer opportunities for those that have lots of time and really, really are committed to giving back in the Marshall Islands. We have volunteer opportunities with the Bargain Bazaar or the Mike Shop or with our board. We also have, you can volunteer with special events like our bake sales and our soup suppers and things like that. And those are maybe once or twice a year. Or if you just want to become a member, you can just become a member. If you want to become a member and bake once a year for our Thanksgiving or Christmas bake sales, you can do that too. There's no lower or upper level on your commitment to this organization. It's whatever you feel you have time for.
And that's great. And even if you wanted to join, put in your $10 and, just be a part of the group and get all the emails and all that stuff so you're informed. So
absolutely.
So that's great. That's really great. So how does someone become a member of the YYWC?
So you can reach out to myself, Amber Bates, or the president, Debbie Proudfoot, for an application. You can pick one up at the Mike Shop or the Bargain Bazaar during their opening hours, and then just either drop them back off at the Mike Shop or the Bargain Bazaar, or send them to myself or Debbie through the military mail system.
Okay, that's great. So you mentioned the Bargain Bazaar. I know that I've been there a couple of times. In fact, I think I've got a couple of shirts from the Bargain Bazaar. I was going to say I thought I had it on today, but I don't. But there's some really great stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about the Bargain Bazaar for those who don't know?
Sure. In case you don't know what the Bargain Bazaar is, it's a little bit like, I guess you'd call it a thrift store. So people that live on Kwaj donate their gently used items to the store, and then it's available for both our Marshallese friends that live on Ebi to come over and shop at, or for us to go and shop at. You can find all sorts of things there, housewares, clothes, pretty much anything that you'd be looking for can be found there. I found a beautiful dress for my daughter for the father-daughter dance there just last year.
Oh, that's great. So, in the proceeds for the Bargain Bazaar, once you donate your stuff, or if you go there and buy something, goes directly towards helping out the Marshallese community and the Micronesian community.
Absolutely, all of that money that is spent at the Bargain Bazaar is rolled back into our Educational Assistance Fund, which is distributed to schools in the Marshall Islands and throughout Micronesia.
So, tell us a little bit about the Mike Shop. I know I go there when it gets close to Christmas time to send stuff to the family back home and things like that. That's short for the Micronesian shop, correct?
That's correct.
You'd be surprised how many people are not aware that shop's there. I actually had to point that out to someone I know who's been on Kwaj for 2 years who wasn't aware of it. So tell us a little bit about the Micronesian or the Mike Shop.
The Mike Shop is a really fun store to shop at. The person running it right now has, they have really great buyers. All of the buyers search through all of the locations that we work with, Pohnpei, Chuuk, and all of these other places to find the unique and interesting items that they sell there. You can find weavings from the Marshall Islands. You can find carvings from Pohnpei and Chuuk. They have the hooks right now, which are really, really amazing, beautifully decorated carved wooden hooks that are something that's new in. I understand we're going to be getting some Pohnpei skirts, which are very real Pohnpei skirts, which are very difficult to get a hold of. And those are going to be coming in soon, so keep your eye out for those.
Yeah, before the quarantine, my wife and I went to Pohnpei, and she picked up one of those skirts, and those are unique. And definitely something you might want to look at.
They are. They're all specially made, handmade by these artisans, and that's something else that the Mike Shop does. Besides having all of the profits collected going back again towards education in the Marshall Islands, our purchases from artisans throughout Micronesia helps those artisans retain these skills that otherwise might be lost. These traditional artistry techniques, and give them a reason to pass them on to younger generations.
Wow, that's great. That sounds like a great cause too. So the Mike Shop is completely volunteer managed and ran, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. All of our organization is completely run by volunteers, people who feel they have a little bit of extra time and headspace to give to these organizations and these groups.
Great. And is the Mike Shop open normally when all the other stores are kind of open, like 4 to 6 kind of
Sure,
time
they've
frames?
just regulated their hours, and I'm not entirely sure what they are. They're posted on the doors, but there's one lunchtime shift, which is noon to 2, and then there's a couple of after-work shifts. So you can just stop by and see if they're open, but you can usually find some hours that work for you and your work schedule.
And speaking of finding out where the hours is, where exactly is the Mike Shop?
Sure. The Mike Shop is across the street from the AFES, from the PX and P Extra. Just
okay, so
put your
everybody
back
knows
to
where
those
that's
stores
at.
and walk right across the street.
Everybody knows if they want to get their potato chips, they can walk across the street and get some Christmas presents this year.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So you guys do some things for Man It Day. I noticed you all out there serving food for Man It Day.
We do. We volunteer as a group to serve the food at Man It Day.
Great, great. And you've got this great series that that I have yet to attend, but it's called Talks on the Rocks. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is something new that we're doing to kind of expand the cultural and educational opportunities that we offer to residents of Kwajalein. You know, we want to both help our host nation educationally as we can, but to sort of help the population here grow their awareness as well. So we have 2 talks coming up. One is by some speakers from the WUTMI organization, the Women United Together in the Marshall Islands, and that's a really amazing organization. We're really happy to support them. They work to prevent domestic violence in the Marshall Islands and to raise awareness about it and to support survivors of domestic violence here. And so we're going to be having some of those individuals come over and talk on October 25th, hopefully in the evening at the chapel. We're also working again with Dr. Sarah Willis. She's going to give an astronomy talk, hopefully in November, to coincide with the lunar eclipse.
Wow, that's awesome. I know you've had some really good, interesting people that have come in. It's been very well attended. So that's a great service to the community as well. So
we're really happy to offer it. I really like the direction the organization is going towards, and I think it's really positive both for the Marshall Islands and, as a whole, and for Kwajalein specifically.
Great. Anything else you want to talk about as far as the YYWC?
We would welcome any men or women or individuals that would like to join us in our service towards Kwajalein and the Marshall Islands. Thank you for your time.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming into the studio to talk about such a great organization.
No problem. Happy to do it.
Kwajalein Scuba Club gathered to discuss membership and events during their latest meeting. Business went on as usual. However, this particular meeting was attended by underwater photographer, author, and former Kwajalein resident Brandy Mueller. The evening focused on her study of the airplane graveyard, a series of aircraft from World War II that sit at the bottom of the atoll. These crafts, which were either brought down by acts of war or simply from being dropped from the side of an aircraft carrier, rest silently around the atoll, more famously around the north end near Roy Namur, and home to various marine underwater animals. Mueller reminded meeting attendees what a unique opportunity diving in the atoll is, and how, at this point in time, atoll residents are basically the only people who can do it daily. At the end, 2 lucky members were picked through a raffle, winning Mueller's own book about the airplane graveyard.
Hi, this is Randy with AFN, and we are here at the YYCC Theater, and we are trying to find out what this popcorn movie night with Dad is all about, because I understand they have free popcorn, and I also want to know, what is a crude? I don't know what a crude is. Let's find out. So you have no idea what a crude is?
Absolutely not.
So how much is this popcorn, Mike?
As far as I know, it's free, so that's even a bit more reason to come and...
It's free?
It is free, in fact, so I love it. It's free popcorn.
Wow, well, that's worth coming to the movies right there, even if we don't know what a crude is.
You know, just to sit and eat popcorn and then be educated by what this movie is about that I don't even know what it is about, it's awesome. Just a chance to be with my children and watch.
So again, we're here to find out what exactly is a crude and what this movie night is all about with Dad. And wait, is there free popcorn here? Yeah. There is? Does it cost money? He's too busy eating popcorn right now to answer my question. This is Randy and Elena with AFN, and we're trying to figure out what a crude is. Do you know what a crude is?
A crude is like the caveman family of cavemen. There are 5 cavemen.
5. Is it microwave popcorn, or is it the fancy stuff you get at the movie theater?
I think it's the fancy stuff.
The fancy stuff. Hey, we're here with Colonel Pugsley, and this is Movie Night with Dad, is that right?
That is correct. Second
one. And what is this about? What's Movie Night with Dad? Is it just the obvious?
I've always liked watching movies with my kids, and I noticed that sometimes moms don't get a break around here, so I was like, you know what? Let's have all the fathers... We'll invite all the fathers to bring their kids out to the movies once a month and see what happens. And so I was like, you know what, let's advertise a little more. throw some free popcorn at it, make it a big dent.
And I understood you were going to be slinging the popcorn. Is that not correct?
That's what the intent was, but I got overruled, and so I guess either I don't make good popcorn or they didn't trust me with it. I do love popcorn.
I understand they call you the popcorn colonel. Is that right?
I have heard that once or twice, yes, and so, but.
So one more question. Yeah. What is a crude?
A crude is it's a cartoon caveman. And so,
cartoon caveman, just one or is there several?
It's a family. I've seen this movie a few times.
So it's like the Flintstones?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so it takes place in the old caveman times?
Prehistoric, yes. It's going to be a great movie. So.
Well, Colonel Pugsley, thank you for joining us here on AFN. We appreciate you giving us an update on all this. And which way was the popcorn?
The popcorn is right there.
All right, we're going to go get some popcorn.